for a photo opportunity. And just because it's your party doesn't mean you don't need to correct it. And just because, and if you really study the criminal justice, I have the Texas Offenders Reentry Initiative, which is part of T.D. Jakes Foundation. And I also work with STEM programs, so I'm really up to speed on this. If you really go back and study historically, the war on crime was really code for war on us. Both Democrats and Republicans have participated in it. The district attorneys, when they really get ready to run for office, the code is, I'm going to be tough on crime. That's how you get elected. So there is a relationship between the DA and the prosecutors and the police. And the reason our community doesn't trust you is because the police reports over George Floyd changed when the pictures came out. The reports that changed over Ahmaud when the pictures came out, if it were not but for a camera, we would not be believed today. And so you can start by believing the victim rather than explaining to me what my experience is as a Black person. To validate my witness might give me my 2/5 humanity back that causes me to be not better than you, not on top of you, just equal. That's all we want. We just want to be treated fairly. Just fair, not exceptionally, not exempted. We just want, when you arrest us, we want you to treat us the same way you did that boy that killed those people in that church and took him over to get a burger before you took him to jail. George Floyd did not get a burger, he got a knee. And we're hurt. You want to be honest? We're very hurt. I can speak for myself. There were days I woke up with tears running down my face for hours. It's disgusting. It's disgusting that my grandfather died for nothing. That they shot Dr. King in the head and I see little progress. It's disgusting to have to look Sabrina in the face and know that she went through a pain that a mother will never forget, and to watch mother after mother after mother after mother go through that again. While people who could join us as fellow human beings said, I don't understand. It's just not on my radar. I didn't get it that way. I didn't hear it that way. We need to listen to all types of news, not just the news that reinforces what we believe. We need to watch other kind of movies. We need to read each other's books. We need to be the family God created us to be. There is no way, I'll say this and shut up. There is no way in God's green earth that I could see Tony Robbins on the side of the road and put my knee in his neck, or let anybody else do that, and me not fight them to the death. As white as you are, and as Black as I am, I would go down to the floor fighting for you.
As I would for you, brother. As you know, in your soul, as I would for you. And Romans talks about mourn with those who mourn. And we all mourn this experience because it's our brothers and sisters. It isn't Black or white, but the experience of just that color difference living in this country has to shift. That's why we're having this conversation. And please don't you ever dare shut up. Such passionate, eloquent, and powerful voice. I have nothing to add to it. My only question for you is, I've supported with you on the STEM side and the education side, and you're doing so many different pieces. Give us what you would like your white brothers and sisters and people of all races, what do you want them to do in this special moment right now? First they have to feel, the heart has to shift. And I don't know how we can watch and hear all of you without that occurring, or watch George Floyd's experience without that occurring. We're at that tipping point, I hope. But what do you want them to do? Give me the core of what you want them to do besides what they feel.
I want them to get a hold of the electoral process and stop empowering people to kill us. As I said before, I want them to do that. I want them to go out of their way to create a path out of the criminal justice system for a second chance for nonviolent offenders. I want them to do that. We have taken almost 40,000 people have gone through Texas Offenders Reentry Initiative, just covering the state of Texas alone. Our rate of recidivism is lower than any other in the country. There are many others out there who are doing the same thing. Get involved, come out of your silos, come out of your country club for a minute, or I'll meet you at the country club, or you can come to mine, and let's have a real honest heart-to-heart conversation about how we can move this country forward. I want them to close the digital gap, because 80% of the jobs coming in the future over the next 10 years, or maybe 5 now, because of COVID-19 expediting the influence of technology. I want them to close the digital gap so that there are more jobs, because you know what, Tony? I've never been mugged by anybody who had to go to work in the morning. And creating job opportunities for oppressed people solves a lot of problems in the community. Emptying out the jails that we have built for big business from nonviolent crimes sends our fathers back home to raise their sons. It's not that we smoke more weed than you did. We bought it from you. It's just that you had better lawyers. You knew who to call. You knew what to do. When white kids or white people, I'm not sure you can handle this, but when white people,
brother, give it to us.
When white people have a drug problem, it's considered a sickness, and it's considered a sickness. Oh, the opioid addiction, it's a sickness. Oh my God, we've got to pass money and legislation for a sickness. When black people get on drugs, we're criminals. When your kids get on drugs, they're patients. Fix this. We love our kids like you love your kids. Our women want our men to come out of jail. Our little boys need their fathers back. Just because your father smoked dope at 17 or 18 doesn't mean he ought to still be locked up at 40. In some of our states, the judge can get high, and we still haven't got the guys out of jail who went into jail for doing the same thing that we're now legalizing. I'm asking you to think. I'm asking you to think about me, and I am promising you that I will think about you. And we need to think about each other before our enemies outside of this country think about what a great opportunity it is to destroy this country while we are in such upheaval because of a pandemic, because of an economic crisis, and because of sociological chaos. We are more vulnerable to outside attack than we've ever been before. We cannot afford to be blind any longer. We need to think right now.
And the name of the project that you're working with in the prisons to get people out that have been...
All they have to do, if anybody wants to help me, all they have to do is give to the TDJ Foundation. When you give to the foundation, up under that banner, it's the Texas Offenders Reentry Initiative and a STEAM program that we're offering to kids at early ages to kind of get them qualified to that. But there are other programs out there too. There are a myriad of programs of people who are doing great work. Educate yourself, compare, see where there's a line. And it's not just about money.